Hello everybody and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for Leo this evening. So Leo, we are doing a special spread in honor of Cancer season based on the Chariot card. We will look into your strengths, what is protecting you, what past forces are driving you, past influences. We'll also look at what precedes you, like how you show up to others. And we will also look at the two energies that are driving you forward, okay? These can be in the form of hopes and fears, projections, things like that. Okay. And so I'll light some Palo Santo here and cleanse the space and the cards. I'm also going to peek on my cat to make sure she's not chewing on the cords. Okay. Okay, and as usual, remember this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay. And be sure to do all the special YouTube things. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Comments are always welcome. That really helps boost the channel. Excuse me. Okay. Because these readings are for free, and so a lovely energy exchange would be that you like the video and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel if you so choose, so that this can get circulated, okay? And always remember to check your other zodiacal placements as well, because there could be messages for you there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to call on Spirit with so much grace and gratitude for the message that they have for Leo today and for Cancer season. My apologies for my cumbersome handling of the cards. It's a really large deck. This is for Leo. This is for Leo. What does Leo need to know? And I have pulled the Chariot card out as a significator for the reading. Very, very pretty. This is called the Star. I think the Star, yeah, the Star Tarot. Okay. Okay. And for the bottom of the deck energy, we have the 10 of Swords. So Leo, you could be going through an ending of some kind. This ending, typically with the 10 of Swords, it's something that maybe had been a long time coming. I often refer to that card as death by 1,000 cuts. So this is something that you could have been anticipating. This is something that you could have gone through before. Okay, but what we see here for an overall energy is an ending of some kind. Okay, and a painful one at that. Could have involved some deception on some level, whatever the case may be. Okay, hang on, let me see. Okay, good. She's not biting the cord. Okay, so Leo, we see in your strength the Knight of Pentacles. This is a very steady energy. You are working with a lot of strength at this point by taking your time, being methodical about the steps that you take moving forward. Okay. This is also a very this is an energy that has a lot of integrity. When they're going to do something, they're not going to go in there and do it in a half-assed way. It will take a very long time, to get the ball rolling or to be moving forward. So this Chariot reading, this could happen through Cancer season, but even beyond that, if this is in your strength here of you taking your time with whatever it is that you're investing in. Because you see it for the long term, you see it for the future, right? And when you do anything, you don't go in half-assed, okay? So that's a strength of yours right now. And what is protecting you and surrounding you on some level, and if you think of it as your chariot, your carriage, is the devil energy. So that's very interesting. So how is that playing out for you as far as protection goes? Okay. So we'll look into that as we clarify. There could be something there that maybe you feel protected when you are engaging in particular. It could be a codependency of some kind with a person or with a substance or an activity or whatever the case may be, okay? You might find solace in those kinds of things and really feel as though that kind of energy protects you in some way. So we'll look into that and see what that's about. For your two past influences, these things that are in your past but still resonating in a sense of pushing you forward. This is motivation of what has happened in the past to make you move forward. Here we have the Seven of Swords, and then we have the Four of Wands. So there was some stability at some point for you, okay? And with the Seven of Swords here, it would appear that there was some sort of deception, right? Things did not appear as they seemed when it came to this stability. There could have been dishonesty in the form of withholding information, hiding things. A little bit sneaky, kind of getting away with something. Okay. And so then for what is preceding you, what is your reputation? What do people see when they see you coming? Okay. This is basically your energy of what you're putting out into the world, how you are presenting yourself. This is also, this card in this position also speaks to your reputation. All right. That is the Queen of Cups. So it would appear that people see you as very loving, compassionate, empathic, kind, nurturing, but comfortable in sharing emotions and receiving emotions from other people, engaging on that level, but also somebody who is going to have sound boundaries around those things, and I've said this before on this channel that the Queen of Cups is holding the only cup in the suit that has a lid. Okay. Now, what that says is that she is loving, caring, nurturing, all the things, empathic, intuitive, but she just doesn't give that away freely. She's very discerning about who she shares her energy with and who she allows to be in her space where she would pick up on their energy, right? Let's say, for instance, if she's engaging with somebody and they have a lot going on, she could be present for that person, but with the lid on the cup, she doesn't have to absorb the energy that they're putting out, okay? So she has very good emotional boundaries, all right? And the two cards that are your sphinxes, these are the energies that are pulling you forward. Like I had said before, they could represent hopes, fears, and projections into the future. And often these energies can be like at odds at different points, but our job as the charioteer is to harness these energies to get them going in a direction that we guide them in, okay? And what you have is the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, 7 and 7. You have 3 sevens on the ground here on the table. Okay, so 7 of Wands is that's a focus of boundaries, okay? And you know, Leo, there's a lion there in that card for you. So it's fire energy. Okay. Very nice. So this speaks to boundaries, okay? This speaks to having healthy boundaries around where you put your energy, what you take on as identity, and, you know, maybe you could, you know, what are you guarding yourself against? Like, this is an invitation to get clear on what you view as a threat or not, right? And so that's really important. And so this speaks to healthy boundaries and continuing to move forward and continuing to, you know, fight for what you believe in and being very, having a lot of integrity for yourself, Leo, when it comes to new situations and things and people. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles is, you know, continuing to invest in something. And, you know, you could have found that through this, you know, investments in the past. It's like, did it pay off? Did it not pay off? You know, what worked, what didn't? This is an invitation to reevaluate how you have been moving forward, okay? And kind of doing like a self-audit. You know, when you invest, what are you investing? How much are you investing? Is that helping the thing grow? Is it smothering it? Is it, you know, neglecting it? Like, are you giving too much, not giving enough? Whatever the case may be, okay? Yeah, so this is interesting. So, you know, moving forward, you're going to continue to invest, but you also want to balance that out with having sound boundaries. And so this can also be seen as a balance between being present and available, without being like, and having healthy boundaries without being fully guarded. Because I could see that if you're trying to move forward and invest in something, if you're far too boundaried and guarded, then what is that going to say about your level of investment? That would probably speak to giving, to not giving enough, not investing enough. And it could very well be the opposite way, right? Vice versa. If your boundaries are a little bit too loose, then you could be giving too much. You could be overwatering, right? So these two cards are very well in place to say, okay, where your boundaries are concerned and where your effort is concerned, how do those things need to come into harmony to remain like in balance, so things can move forward smoothly. Okay. And then as the outcome here, the potential outcome, we have the Hanged One. So that is, you know, an invitation to just surrender to what is and be quiet and still in that kind of knowledge. And, you know, it's basically saying that you don't have to do anything, really. However, it's an invitation to look at how you're occupying that space. Are you avoiding something? Are you simply not doing anything, you know, when you could be? There's some sort of new perspective to be gained on this issue, whatever it is, and I'm not entirely sure. It involves some dishonesty in some way. Your stability was impacted. Your how you present to the world with this loving, open, available, flexible, intuitive energy can somehow be shadowed, or there's a with what is protecting you, with the devil energy protecting you, it's like there's a disconnect there. There's an incongruence on some level with your inner versus your outer. Because when you're saying like the devil energy is protecting you, I would wonder if your bad habits and whatever they are, this could even be internal thoughts about yourself. If that somehow is putting a wall up around you somehow, like protecting you, but protecting you in not the most healthy of ways. It could be like keeping yourself in and keeping other things out. So, we'll look into all of this energy this evening because, in the finish, like we started off with the 10 of Swords here, right? So there was some kind of ending. Maybe there was an ending to an aspect of your stability on account of this deceptive energy. Did the person, was this deceptive energy tied to the inconsistency and the incongruence between the Queen of Cups, what you showed outwardly, and the Devil, which is what was, I'm not sure what that was, but it served as a form of protection on some level and could possibly still be that way. Okay. So let's look at the Knight of Pentacles. Earth, air, fire, water, earth. And with the two major arcana, one being the Devil and one being the Hangman, that suggests, I'm just looking at those two alone would suggest that there's some healing that needs to take place here. And some self-reflection on some level. And then the Three of Swords wanted to pop out. Okay, let's see. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Page of Cups. So that's really interesting. When I was talking about the Knight of Pentacles, it's like moving forward very slowly. And then you have this Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords, right? So there seems to be a growing awareness within you about some sort of thing. And I would say, maybe about your own emotions and your own gestures. There's some awareness that's growing around the way in which you put yourself out there. These small gestures. This can even be a self-reflection on your own emotions as well. The Page of Swords suggests learning about something, beginner energy around learning. You could be wanting to make a small gesture, initiate a conversation that needs to happen. And with the Knight of Swords here, it's like there is a very strong, fiery energy charging forward. So I get the sense that there are things that you really want to say, but you could also be holding back on what it is that you want to say because perhaps you're trying to, with the Page of Cups here, trying to find a way to be sensitive about that delivery, which the Knight of Swords rarely is. That's not a part of that energy. It's like they're just going to shoot from the hip, So that is clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. And so that's where I think the slowdown is. I mean, it's wild. It's like on the inside, you have this knight who's just like so raring to go, but he's flanked on both sides by two pages that are like trying to I want to say temper this response, And there could be an element of not fully trusting what you have to say. I would imagine that maybe there's a part of you that's like, well, I really, really want to say this thing, but what if I'm wrong, Or what if I don't have all the information yet, Like with the pages, like feeling a bit immature in your formulation of ideas. And with the Knight of Pentacles being here, I think that energy is helping you get clear on what it is that you want to communicate when you're ready. When you're ready. I mean, the pages have what it takes, but this looks like it's going to be a balance between clarity and emotional nuance, sensitivity on some level. Okay. Okay. Let's look at the Devil. What's behind this Devil energy? What's going on here? Knight of Pentacles again, Three of Wands, King of Pentacles. Okay, so this is really interesting. It's interesting that you'd have so much earth energy here, Leo, because, the Devil card is a major for Capricorn. And that's clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, which is, showing down here on the table twice. And then the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. Sorry about that. I thought it was the three. The Two of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So there is slow forward movement in your stability, okay? And and there's a decision between two things, but it would appear that a decision has been made, right? Because there's one wand that's staying home, staying bolted to the wall. And then another wand, is in the left hand where the world is in the right hand. So this person is moving forward, even if they're more in a contemplative space right now, or even if you're in more of a contemplative space, because with two Knights of Pentacles down here, it's like you're taking your time. And I get the sense with two wands here, it's like, you very well may go back and forth a little bit here. Maybe you're choosing between two different kinds of jobs, something along those lines. It's like there's something that you're needing to choose when it comes to your long-term stability and plans. Okay? And you're really taking your time. And I would imagine that time, that patience that you're giving yourself is really tied to wanting to do the right thing for yourself and also preserve the dignity of those around you and yourself. Because ultimately with the King of Pentacles here, it's like ultimately, excuse me, your stability is very important. It seems like you have a strong mind around your finances and your tangibles right now. What is the best decision to make around your stability? Because it endured some kind of shakeup, I would imagine. Because, you know, in the past you had the Four of Wands and the Seven of Swords. What was up with the Seven of Swords? What was the deception around this? What was the deception around this stability? The Lovers, the Seven of Swords again, or no, Five of Swords. The Lovers, the Five of Swords, and the World. There's maybe some self-sabotage here. Self-sabotage when it came to a very important relationship. And that ended up cycling out, or, you know, bringing a cycle to a close. I mean, I would not say leveling up energy with this. I would say another ending, as we have the Ten of Swords here, and then, you know, the World is flanked by the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. But another thing that came to me as I was looking at these cards was perhaps there's something having to do with your stability here, that in your own environment, okay? Because I don't see a partner on this side. Their partner is all the way over here. On the other side of like two conflict cards, two deception cards. So I get the sense that this lover, if there is a significant other, that they're kind of in the wings, you know. Your focus is definitely much more on yourself, I feel like, with regard to your tangibles. But be that as it may, the point that I was trying to make was you could have been lying to yourself about your position and how you feel about yourself and your own stability. So that, like, something that's going to make you feel stable is moving forward and taking one wand in one hand and the World in the other, and continuing to move forward, and, you know, this King of Pentacles, like striving for that. So it would appear that career is much more on your mind rather than, you know, than the Lovers here. Maybe this lover wanted to be a part of your stability and you were like, no, you know, I don't know. But there's Five of Swords and Seven of Swords. This can be a self-sabotaging energy. It's kind of somebody who wants to win at all costs, you know. And there's a withholding. It's so interesting. It's like there's inner conflict around certain communication and what you want to do and how you want to do it. It's like, you know that you want forward movement. You know that you definitely want financial stability and career success. But I guess we'll just see more as we go along. Let's look at this Four of Wands. There is some deception around the role of another person in your life. Whether or not that does speak to your sense of stability and growth, or if that speaks to something else that you're just like, no, that's not my model. I don't need a partner or whatever. I have no idea. Okay, let's look at the Four of Wands. Justice, Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. Oh, this could have been a full-on split. Yes. This could have been a full-on split because we have the Justice right next to the Four of Wands, two cards indicating an ending, protection, in some sense of toxicity or something keeping you protected. I wonder if this is, yeah, maybe somebody was overworking. Conflict in the lover's relationship, wrapping it up, the world. So for the Four of Wands, you have Justice, the Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. This very well could be an ending of a long-term commitment, perhaps a marriage, where then there's somebody who is, wanting to keep what they can of what's left. Two of Swords, conflicting ideas about a particular situation. Ambivalence. Not quite seeing something, but knowing it just the same. I get the sense that with the Justice, it's like you want fairness. It's like you want fairness, but you also don't want to give up too much. What would you be moving? So I wonder what this is moving you toward, because there is slow energy here. There's like a, you're really tamping down that Knight of Swords energy with these two pages, and I see that as a gentle touch. Okay, let's look at this Queen of Cups. Two of Cups, Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, again, two cards here that speak to the presence of another person, the presence of somebody that is important, coupled with some conflict cards and a wrapping up of the world. And then right next to here, the two cards that really speak to like singlehood and one person's independence in a very practical and very like successful, independent, very, very strong independent energy, but doing it in a very like I really like the Nine of Pentacles. It's like this person has got a solid sense of self. They feel really comfortable in their own skin. But right next to this, kind of gregarious character who is also, it's like, what's under the blanket here? What's under this tablecloth, The thing is, with the Nine of Cups, it can be seen as a very gregarious, fun-loving, just a very free energy, fun, frivolous. They also want to share the things that they have to offer with people, as far as like, oh yeah, like let's have a dinner party, like let's celebrate. It's like eat, drink, and be merry, you know? So that's really interesting. It's like there's this, with this Queen of Cups as the shield, it's like you have very tender feelings and very, very much care about another person. But there's so much, it's like you really do want to be independent. It's like you want to be independent and have fun, but still also have this partnership. If any of you are watching and someone that you know, or that maybe you're named Amelia, because I don't know if you could hear a little neighbor kid screaming out somebody's name. That's interesting. I mean, you definitely show up like those are the energies that are clarifying the Queen of Cups. So it's like these are really positive energies. You know, it's beautiful. It's like you're bringing your whole self to this Two of Cups. I will be honest with you, this part is flummoxing me a little bit, which makes sense because we have Seven of Swords and Five of Swords, you know? I can't entirely pin down the story of this. Something ended, there was some deception, there's something incongruent about this energy. It's like, oh, the love and the Two of Cups, but then, you know, two very independent, like, I just want to be me and I just want to have fun, but I can still be this way and in connection with you. Maybe this Four of Wands is like, I don't know, to open up or not open up, because the Four of Pentacles can also be a very closed off energy. You know, they have that pentacle over their heart chakra. Make sense of it what you will, Leo. I'm reading the energies, but maybe it's because I'm tired or it's late or whatever, but I'm having a hard time pinning down the exact narrative, which is fine. You know, whatever you come up with when you hear these cards and in their combinations, that interpretation will be the right one for you. Okay, what's up with the Seven of Wands? But yeah, that's the thing. Remember what I was saying earlier, actually, about having balance between your own personal boundaries and your investment? That's it. That's it. If you're too boundaried, then you're guarded and you're not investing enough. If your boundaries are way too loose, you're over-investing, then it's like you could be kind of smothering the whole enterprise. So I feel like this, you could be having ambivalence about how you want your stability to look. You could really be hanging on tight to what is yours, because then it's like, at least I know what's mine, you know? And yeah, I mean, this could be a matter of whether or not to have a commitment with this Lover and Two of Cups. Did you sabotage this? Is that where some of the toxicity lies in what keeps you protected? Is keeping your person at arm's length here. Slow moving. Huh. Seven of Wands. Five of Wands, Temperance, what'd I say? Three of Swords. Yeah, your boundaries around something have been in conflict. You've had conflict about your own boundaries. The Five of Wands indicates inner conflict with regard to identity and how to do something, and it can also include conflict amongst a group. All folks having different ideas about how to do a thing. The boundaries. Trying to stay balanced with these boundaries. What do you want versus what do you think your person wants? Or, this could even be just inside of yourself of like, what do I want? Do I want that? I mean, and with the Two of Swords here, that's ambivalence. It's like that can change it seems like that seems to change. And it's this, with the Temperance in the middle of the Five of Wands and the Three of Swords, it's like, and then the Seven of Wands, I feel like you kind of keep breaking your own heart. It's like you find the balance and then it gets out of balance, It's like you can't quite keep it consistent. And that's what I think you're trying to do. You're trying to figure out with the Seven of Wands, what are my boundaries? I need to get very clear on what my boundaries are. Because something that's loosey-goosey, is going to cause conflict and pain. So the invitation, the Temperance here, is getting clear and being fair, being very balanced about what my boundaries are, because when they are out of balance, they cause conflict and pain here. So that's a part of the moving forward energy. And the thing is that you could be having heartache and pain and inner conflict about what this could mean to you with regard to your own identity, because, temperance is keeping something balanced, creating some sort of alchemy around, like keeping things fair, or just like knowing the right middle way. Balanced. I don't have any other word for it, but the other aspect of temperance is like, how do we become tempered? It's like when something is tempered, it's basically like cooked down and reformed anew. So there's something about these boundaries that you're trying to like alchemize in order to like build a new version of yourself. You want to embody, and that's what the Chariot is all about, is how we are embodying our life. How are we moving forward, not just on a goal and a project and a plan, but like our own growth, like how we are living and how we are presenting and moving forward. And are we in congruence with ourselves? Does our inner match the outer? And if not, why not? What's that about, right? Because there is conflicting energies aside here. It's like, okay, you have the Lovers and the Two of Cups, right? But then it's like, okay, beautiful. And then you have like some deception and ending, and I don't know. It's just kind of like not all over the place. I just feel like it kind of straddles. It's like it's as if you have it's as if you have feet in both worlds. And that's interesting because the Temperance is like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? 1 foot in, 1 foot out, in between heartbreak and and conflict on how to do something, what action to take, what identity to form. How are these boundaries going to help shape and balance out this inner conflict? I think that this is part of the process in moving forward, is getting those two sphinxes in harmony, right? Because it's like, I see somebody here, like what you are putting out there, how you are showing up. It's like you're showing this Queen of Cups energy to this Two of Cups person and being like, yeah, we got this Two of Cups going on, but I'm still single, you know? Okay, let's look at the Seven of Pentacles. A continued investment. The Strength, Ace of Swords, and King of Swords. So yeah, there's a holding back. With Strength, there's a holding back, a taming of one's own base desires and impulses, taming that with a higher sense of self, you know, kind of trying to create this core character. It's like in balancing those higher and lower vibrations of yourself or awarenesses, you're trying to create the core. And it's very interesting because it's like I said, and that's clarifying the investment. Do you invest? It's like, how much do you invest? You know, and the truth of the matter, it's like there's some sort of strength, some sort of holding back that you're doing around the truth. Ace of Swords. King of Swords. So really just with the King of Swords energy, you may be very much like very analytical, very logical, not fully in the heart space, which is interesting because here it's like you're projecting this Queen of Cups energy. But it's like I feel like the clarifying cards are really speaking to the interior process. I feel like there could be some incongruence going on here. You know, like you're having a very different experience on the inside than what you're showing on the outside, Leo. Let me check out my cat. Are you chewing the cords? Yeah, better not be. Okay. Okay, good. This is interesting. It feels like this forward movement for you with the Chariot is about, and in a slow fashion, is about continuing to develop. There's something here that's like, I want to develop. I want to grow, like with the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. And I feel like with the Two of Wands here, and you got the World in your hand, there is something that you want to do. There is somewhere that you want to go with this. And I think that the key is being completely honest with yourself. Excuse me. And with this other person, excuse me, about like what it is that you want for yourself. That's interesting because it's like we have holding back energy here with regard to the investment, boundaries, ambivalence, logic, truth, connected and single. Which, make no mistake, I mean, I think that's one of the best ways in which to be in a relationship is to like, you're with somebody, but you're also yourself. You're your own self-possessed person. But with the Nine of Cups in the middle there, that suggests some level of, playing fast and loose and kind of a little bit of debauchery. There's some sort of having your cake and eating it too energy about this, where what I'm talking about is two people coming together and being solid people. We're all works in progress, but whatever you're bringing to the table, what you're bringing to the table, right? And that's a very strong place to be. Yeah. Moving forward in a slow fashion. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I feel like you're just kind of trying to get in alignment. You're trying to get congruence around how you show up outwardly and how you feel on the inside. And that appears to be a little bit of a struggle here. Not even just a little bit. There's a bit of a struggle around that. So I guess the outcome is just the Hanged Man. The law of least effort. I don't want to do shit about this. I feel like this reading really is reflecting an internal experience. It's speaking more to what's happening on the inside rather than what you're fully showing. And that's amplified by the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords. Very interesting. And the devil energy being the protection, that's kind of speaks to the larger tone and tenor of like a deception, whether that be self-deception or deceiving others. Okay, because you got like here I am, the Queen of Cups, very loving. Leos have very big hearts. I think you're just trying to figure out how much you want to invest and where to invest. Okay. Hangman, Four of Swords, Eight of Cups, Three of Cups. Do I walk away or do we go out drinking? Oh boy. Or I'm walking away, I'm going to the bar. So, you're really meditating on this, okay? And that's where I think the ambivalence comes in. This dual awareness. Do you walk away or do you stay and stay in the fun energy, right? And honestly, I'm not entirely sure if you could fully make that decision if your inner does not align with your outer. Like, I get the sense that whatever Leos that this is resonating with, I get the sense that there is still an internal figuring out. Because, this person, whoever they are to you, is really important to you. You really care very deeply about them. Like, I would venture to say you love them. You really do. And then there's kind of like this mind thing that takes over. In a sense, there's logic coming into play, which is great. Logic is very important But when it comes to a love relationship, I'm trying to find the other cups. Like there's a lot of swords here. A lot of swords. A lot of sword energy. And then, with the Hanged One, that's Pisces energy. And then that's where we have more cups too. Three of Wands. Waiting for answers, or feeling like, because the Three of Wands is like an integration and a moving forward. Okay, it's a transition period. It's a gateway. It's a leveling up. It's a continuing to move. It's like, let's say you've kind of consulted the handbook and you got enough information now, and it's like, there you go, right? And whereas when you're in the Two, it's like, this person has their wand bolted to the wall here, and I get the sense that this is where this person lives, and they're like, I'm going to keep this here so it can stay here. I don't want it to go anywhere. I want it when I come back. But here I got this world, and I got my desire, and I know something else is out there, or just something for me to experience. Yeah, please leave a comment below to let me know if this tracked with you. It just feels, and I get the sense that this may be how, if this is resonating with you, Leo, I get the sense that this could be how you're feeling too. Like there's so much energy. There's so many different things to think about. There are a lot of aspects here. There's like this whole internal process happening, but also with very practical goals, And then like heart space needs. There's an inner conflict about it. But in the finish, the Hanged Man, you're really meditating on and taking a break and taking care of yourself with regard to that Four of Swords. You very well could be, you're thinking a lot about the Eight of Cups and the Three of Cups. Yeah. This could also say that after you walk away from something, that what you would, need is to have more fun or something like that, more frivolity. Like Three of Cups is like a reunion, a celebration of sorts, fun, margarita night, as it were. Okay, very interesting. I think this is about balance, getting clear and getting in alignment with yourself so you can feel congruent. And from there, then you'll feel more assured in how you move forward and how you make decisions. But right now, as far as your chariot, where your chariot is heading, and this is what you're trying to balance out, is boundaries. Boundaries, like what you want in career, what you want for your stability, what you want in your love life. Where are you holding back? Where are you, maybe whatever, like being dishonest about something, feeling ambivalent, but really wanting stability. And so balancing out your boundaries and your investment. Where are you going to invest? What is that going to look like? Who is this person to you? What do they mean to you? You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it all looks very healthy-ish. Like, it looks like, I mean that in a very, like, this is very human. This experience is, like, so incredibly human, which I think it's beautiful. It feels a bit scattered and here and there, but, you know, fair enough. There's a bit of that happening. But that's okay. It's a process. It's a process. It's a moving forward in this process. Trying to find the balance. Finding the balance and getting congruent with oneself. Being able to speak one's truth fully, but preserving the dignity of oneself and everybody else involved. Maybe this world being in between the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords, maybe that cycle, the cycle that's closing, is the cycle of self-deception and the deception of others. Maybe it's the cycle closing of, maybe there's a cycle of conflict that's closing. That would be nice. It's like, I don't want to lie to my partner anymore. I don't want to lie to this person anymore. This kind of dishonesty and this kind of dishonesty is keeping me protected, but it's not letting this person in. It's causing heartbreak and conflict, strife. 2 5s right here. Clarifying past energy and clarifying, you know, future energy when it comes to trying to get clear on one's own boundaries. Okay, I think I've definitely said more than enough on the tarot portion, okay? So I hope that helped. I hope it resonated on some level. Feel free to put down in the comments. Any and all thoughts are fine. Even if you're like, oh my God, meow, 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 you could say that too, you know. It's not that I don't care. That's fine. So let's pick some animal cards, and it is pretty late. I mean, oh my God, it's 9:45. Ugh. Sorry, guys. Cat, independent. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. You know, it's very, very strong, independent energy. That's where I think the conflict is coming together with this 2 of Cups lover. That's the conflict. Are you going to incorporate them into your picture of stability? And if and it's like, yeah, focus could very well be more on money and own stability. But at the same time, if you got the 9 of Pentacles, but yet that's clarifying the crest. That's clarifying the outer image. So is that real? Can that be trusted, or is that just an image? You'll have to let me know in the comments. All right. I could see somebody being like, you shuffle way too long. I know. Healthy giving. That's interesting. We were talking about investment. How much do you give? Okay, today I will practice healthy giving, understanding that caretaking and compulsive giving don't work. I choose what I want to give and to whom, when, and how much. It takes time to learn how to give in healthy ways. It takes time to learn to receive. Balance will come. Boom. I'm going to put that right over this Seven of Wands and this whole story over here. I think that's really good. I think that speaks exactly to what we were talking about. Completely. Surrender stress. Yes. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that over here with the King of Pentacles. Yeah, surrender stress. Purple Poppy, evolution. Purple Poppy helps align your physical self with your soul purpose and your higher self. When your foundations are rocking and your entire being is evolving, Purple Poppy helps to support deep levels of integration, connection, and rest. You have all of those things here. Integration, connection, and rest. You have all these things. This is exactly what your reading is about, coming into alignment. Wherever you land, she will help you adapt and find the beauty in the process. One of the best things that I was so this is kind of like what I was trying to say about this reading before, like when I was like, this is a very human experience. When your foundations are rocking and when your foundations are rocking and your entire being is evolving, Purple Poppy helps to support deep levels of integration, connection, and rest. So that's the thing. There's a lot of rocky energy here because you're in process of integrating. That's what this is about. This is beautiful. Okay, Leo. I hope you got something out of this. Definitely put in the comments, what you think about it, and also my apologies if there were parts that just started to kind of like fall off and I couldn't quite get a full-on grasp, but it's a bit late. Either way, I hope that you enjoyed your reading, and I feel like you're doing really well. I mean, you're doing the best that you can, and like we're all works in progress, okay? All right. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.